Where's the light? Where's the light? Okay, I guess I'm live. I don't know why I'm dark. Facebook. I want to make an apology to Mayor Harvey for one reason. I misunderstood what he said about the incident. I understood that he said that the police approached Rex, okay, and Rex opened fire and the police fired back, okay. What he actually said was that they approached him, a struggle ensued, and the gun discharged. The gun discharged. I don't know how I missed that, but I got something right now to play for you so powerful because I just spoke to the mayor for over 33 minutes. And I'm going to let you hear what the entire conversation was about, and I think it's going to knock your socks off. Get ready. Everybody save this video because you're not going to believe what you're about to hear. Give me a second to get set up here. You got to hear this to believe it. If Facebook knock off my Facebook or something, it's not my fault, but best believe this has been saved in several places. You're not going to believe what you're about to hear, okay? Let me set this up. Hold on. Let me see, because I want you to see it, okay? You can see me, but you can't see him. This conversation I had with Mayor Harvey not 40 minutes ago. It's about 33 minutes and 42 seconds long. You are absolutely not going to believe what you're about to hear. Let me find a way to set this up because I don't think... Hold on. Hold on. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me take it out of the case so that you can hear this. And I want you to tell me what you think about what you're getting ready to hear. You're not going to believe it. Okay. Okay. Let me make sure it's turned up. I don't think you can see this. I don't think you can see it. I don't know if you can see this, but I want you to see this as well as hear it. Mayor Harvey's not there, it's just me. But I want you to see and listen to this and listen to it good. Okay. Alrighty. Hello? Hi, is this Mayor Harvey? Hello? Is this Mayor Harvey? Yes. Mayor Harvey, I wanted to know, is there any reason why you said that young man opened fire on the police? Wait, say that again? I wanted to know what was the reason that... I know you were reading something that was wrote for you, but are you aware that young man didn't open fire on the police? Wait, say that one more time. Are you aware that young man who was fatally shot by the police, not saying who was wrong and right, at this point, it looks like he did not open fire on the police? No, I didn't say that he opened fire or he did open fire. Are you referring to the interview that I did? Yes. Yeah, I'm saying that when I was at the hospital, were you at the hospital the night of the incident? No, I wasn't even aware of it until much later. Okay, so I was at the hospital when it first happened, okay? Councilman Shakur called me when he was driving from Ellenville to Newburgh, and he told me that a young black man had been shot by a police officer, right? Yes. So I rushed to the hospital. I was there with the crowd, talking with the crowd and everything like that, trying to find out if there were any eyewitnesses. See what I'm saying? You follow me? Yes. Then, when no one in the whole entire crowd of 100 people had been eyewitness to the situation, eventually Omari Shakur arrived to the hospital. I greeted him when he got to the hospital, okay? He started talking to people, so on and so forth, and then all of a sudden, it became this narrative that somebody That's
what something, right?
Yeah.
So then Omari started saying that, and I said, Omari, we don't know the facts yet. Relax, chill out. Don't say that this, because he started, going on his phone. He started Facebook Live, and then he started calling the officers pigs and all that kind of stuff. And he started saying that a young black man had been shot who was unarmed with his hands up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that I'm talking about when I'm in the interview about his statement and his video for Facebook.
Well, no. So you didn't say that when they approached him you didn't say that when the police approached Rex that he opened fire first.
No, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything about Rex. I didn't say anything about open fire or anything. All I said was Councilman Shakur made false statements about what happened before he knew all the facts.
Mm-hmm. And so
that's what I said.
So have the videos been released yet?
Say that again?
Have the police videos, the body camera, and the video from the camera on the corner of William and Broadway, has that been released yet?
Now you're muffled. I can't really hear you.
I said, has any of the video been released yet to see if this...
Absolutely. And what happened was, let me explain to you what happened. So, after we left the hospital for like 2 hours, now I've been talking with his two brothers, his brother Jason, Rex's brother Jason, and I also had a conversation with his older brother, Ron. Okay? I was with Ron when somebody called him and told him that now his mother knew. Because Ron had just told me my mom is in a nursing home. She doesn't know about, Rex being shot by police and killed. And I said, Ron, please don't tell her yet, man. Let us gather what happened. We don't know the facts before you break that kind of news to your mother, especially if you are in, your mother's in a nursing home. And then he said, yeah, you're right, I'm not going to say anything yet. And then he walked over to the police after someone called him and said, your mother knows, and then his mother called him, and she was crying. Then Ron was really upset, and he started crying. He was getting ready to run into the police line, but he walked to the team, he started screaming, somebody give me some answers now about my brother. And I talked him down, I said, please, man, don't do that, man, because these guys are standing there with AR-15s. I said, walk away, Ron, just walk with me, man. He walked away, he was upset. And then the city manager came and got me and Omari and Anthony Grice to go meet an emergency task meeting. So we go to City Hall to meet with the chief, and the chief started telling us a little bit of what happened.
But is it true that this young man opened fire first on the police as they were approaching him to discuss an issue that happened the day before?
According to the video, this is what we saw. We didn't see the first officer who approached him. We only see the part of the video where Rex and the police officer are already in a struggle. The first officer. Second officer is running up. When the second officer is running up, you can see that Rex has what appears to be a 9mm silver semi-automatic gun, and he hit the officer in the head at least twice with the butt of the gun while he's in the struggle with that first officer. Then you see the gun go up, and you can actually see the gun discharge, because when the detectives slow up the video for us, we see the gun shell pop out of the chamber.
Okay, but you're saying that the gun went up and it discharged.
What's that?
You're saying the gun went up and then it discharged?
Correct.
Okay, so he wasn't pointing it directly at an officer and like spraying the place.
No, I don't believe believe he was because he was tied in the struggle with the first officer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then when the second officer approaches, he's raising the gun and he hits the officer that he's struggling with. He hits the first officer that he's struggling with in the head, and it looks like he hits him twice, maybe 3 times with the butt of his gun.
Okay.
And when he's doing that, he's raising the gun, and at some point, the second officer's running in, and the gun discharges.
You think it was because...
It almost hits the second officer, but because Rex is tied up, and the second officer doesn't get shot, but you can see that the gun has been discharged, and then the second officer gets in. He's trying to get the gun away from Rex. Then the other 2 officers run in, so that makes it 4 officers on Rex. And then Rex kind of crouches down, and then he still has the gun at that point. Now I don't know if at that point Rex's gun discharges again and shoots the officer in the shoulder or not, because when all 4 officers are on Rex, that's when the district attorney stops the tape. He doesn't let us see the rest of the tape.
Oh, do you think that that's right? But do you think that that's right?
What's right?
That he stopped the video instead of showing us the full sequence of events?
I agree. I do not think that that's right. I wanted to see the entire video, but the district attorney said that he didn't want to show me. Hello?
Yes, sir. Someone's trying to call me. Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you could move to the phone, I can hear you better.
Okay, so you're saying the district attorney said he didn't want you guys to see the whole video because of what?
Before the investigation was, the reason why he showed us that portion of the video is because everyone had started saying that there was a young black man shot who was unarmed.
Well, no, what they're saying,
everybody had started.
No, but what they're saying is that he had his hands up when he was shot. Let me ask you something, Mayor Harvey. Are you going to request ballistics to see who shot who? Because is it possible during the struggle that Rex's gun discharged by accident up in the air as a, you know?
That is possible. And what is your name, man?
Regina Lewis.
Who?
Regina Lewis.
Oh, hey, Regina. I know who you are. Okay. Regina, listen, I'm not saying that that gun discharge was intentional or it was accidental. It could have been accidental. You understand what I'm saying, Regina?
Yes, sir.
But what I am saying is that the streets and the folks in the community was saying that police officers shot and murdered a 26-year-old black man who was unarmed.
Well, the reason why they're saying, but listen, the reason why they are saying that is because at some point they're saying that Rex surrendered and put his arms up, and they shot him while his arms were up. Now, again,
that's what they're saying now. But when we was at the hospital, they were just saying he was unarmed.
Okay.
They didn't say nothing about a gun, and then when we asked them, was any of y'all there? They said no, they were not there.
Okay.
And then when we asked them, was there a gun? They said no, Regina.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is now the story's being spent. Then hold on, just stay with me though. Stay with me. So after we saw the video in the police department, the portion that they wanted to show us, because the district attorney was like, it's not true what people are saying. It's not true what Omari said. He went on Facebook and lied and said that officers shot a black 26-year-old man who was unarmed.
Okay, but listen.
Omari said that without knowing the facts.
But listen.
Regina, just stay with me, please. Just
okay.
listen to me. After we saw the video, I tried to get Omari to come into the police station twice. We sent the police chief to him, and he got upset because they wouldn't let him in the driveway. They wouldn't let him in the parking lot of the police station because they had a police line there. So that's why I sent the chief to go get him. When the chief got there twice, he had left, and he said he was pissed off. He didn't want to come in. Then he went back on Facebook and said that we closed him out of the meeting when I sent the police chief twice to go get him.
Yes.
All right. So the thing is, Omari made statements on Facebook that were not true before we could get him to see the video.
Well,
So what I'm saying is, after that, the next morning, Saturday morning, the DA, because I kept demanding that he released the video for the public, because the public kept saying, we want to see the video, or there's going to be problems. So I kept saying to the DA, release the video. So what he did was he released the video photos. Then everybody started saying, they doctored up the pictures. But the photos clearly show
the struggle.
God.
Yeah, but the photos show a struggle, and we see Rex being put in a chokehold. And well, let me.
You see the gun though.
We see a long silver object. I don't know what guns really look like in real life because I've only seen them on the holster.
Yeah, it was a 9mm.
Okay.
Automatic.
Okay. Okay.
Because I train with guns. And we see the guns. And then there's people in the street, Regina, started saying that the photo that the DA released was photoshopped, computer altered. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then I kept arguing with the DA on the phone, and I go down to the police station. The public wants to see the video, and they're demanding the video. And so he released part of the video. He did not release all of it. I wanted him to release all of it.
Are we going?
Not because he said he technically is not supposed to release any of it because it's an ongoing investigation.
Okay.
But because everybody was so angry, and I got angry with him and asked him to release it, he released some of it. And then now people are saying that he had a gun, but he dropped the gun. Now people are saying that as well.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, first y'all was saying he didn't have one at all.
Yeah.
And that's the only problem I have with Omari. I have two problems with what Omari's report said. I have a problem that he's a councilman and he said that the black man was shot and was unarmed. That's because it was not true. Number two, I have a problem with Omari keep cursing out police officers and calling them pigs and things like that because he's not acting professional. That's the only two things.
And you're right, and you're exact, and you're right in the way you feel. But I believe that the reason why Omari is saying that is because they're saying that when Rex got away from the struggle, and he finally surrendered, and he put his hands up, and all the church people were coming out, and that's when the officer shot him. But at this point, it's not conclusive that the officer was shot by Rex. It could have been during the struggle. It could have been a discharge of any one of their weapons.
Correct. That is correct. Regina, and I'm keeping it real with you. You are correct on that. But what I'm trying to explain to the people is that, I don't know all the facts about the case because I didn't see all the video.
Yeah. But are you going to see?
Therefore, I can't say who was right and who was wrong in the police shooting.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
I can totally.
Is that if you're an elected official, you gotta wait till you see all the facts before you start saying this is what happened.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
I totally agree. I misunderstood. I thought that you had did a press release or some type of conference where you said that the young man, the police had approached him and then he opened fire and then he fired back and that's how he was injured.
No, I never said that. And I've never said, Regina, anything about the case because I'm still trying to find out all the facts. And what I did do was I called the governor and confirmed to make sure that the Attorney General of the state of New York, her name is Letitia James,
okay,
that she is investigating the case.
Okay, I appreciate you, Mayor Harvey, and I'm keeping it real too. There needs to be some legislation passed. I'm working on a bill if you're interested for more police, for more untamperable evidence and police accountability where there's no delay in getting to the facts. And I believe as the mayor, you have a right to the full video. There was no reason to keep that from you. There was no reason at all.
You're right, and that's what the public should be saying, not coming, being mad at me just because I spoke against Omari. I'm only speaking against Omari because he made statements before he knew the facts, and those statements turned out to be false statements.
Well, right now, Mayor Harvey, it's not really false because the investigation is not concluded. There is a possibility once the full video comes out, the sequence of events, that Rex's hands were in the air like they said. He had no weapon and he was shot. And this is where Omari is getting this presumption from, that this young man had dropped the gun, he raised his hands, and they shot him. And that's based on the fact that we now believe that Rex did shoot the cop.
Gina, let me say this. If Rex raised his hand and dropped the gun, he was still armed when the police officers approached.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. But at the time...
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Omari said a police officer shot a black man unarmed. You can't say he was not armed because he was armed. He might not have been armed when toward the end of the struggle. He might not have been armed toward the end of the struggle, but he was armed.
Oh, yes, I respect your perspective on this. You certainly are entitled to your perspective. My perspective is...
I can hear you going in and out.
You know what?
Put the phone to your mouth?
Yeah. What I'm saying is that I understand your perspective, but I believe that Omari feels that when the investigation is over with, if this young man dropped the gun and complied, there was no reason for them to open fire. Are there going to be ballistics released as well to see whose gun shot the cop and the bullet pattern in Rex's body from the cops? Are you going to get a hold of? Thank you.
Right. Now listen, Regina, that's what Omari is saying now. After the video proved that he had a gun.
Yes.
But when he did it, you go back to his video, I think he deleted it. Other people have the video. When you go to his video, Omari doesn't say all that. He said that cop shot an unarmed black man. And that's all he said.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
He didn't say the cop shot a black man who was armed.
Okay. I see what you're saying. The language. Yeah, the language that he used gives the presumption to people who don't know that this young man was not armed at all. That's not even what I'm saying. I am aware that there was a good chance he had a gun, but at the time he was shot, we're also under the assumption that he had complied with the police finally after the struggle, and he got away and he ran. Has anyone...
Okay, and if that is true, which I don't know, if Rex dropped the gun and he put his hands up and they still shot him, then people are going to be held accountable. But when I talked to the district attorney, and I spoke to the lawyers, and I spoke to the congressman, right, Sean Patrick Maloney and those guys.
Yes.
They said that if he has, first of all, if he has an unregistered gun that's loaded, that's a felony.
Okay, you're Mayor Harvey. Yes, that's a felony, but he's not alive under the 14th Amendment right to life to face this felony charge in court.
The other thing is, you see in the video, before the other officers reach Rex, it was just Rex and the one officer.
Yes.
He's actually beating Rex he's actually beating the police officer in the head.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but again, Mayor Harvey, he's not here to face those charges and plead not guilty and face those.
I know. I'm just telling you what they're telling me.
Okay, I understand.
I'm just telling you what the district attorney told me.
Okay, well, the district attorney, Mayor Harvey, for future references, he doesn't run this city, you do. And he's got no business trying to influence you or the city of Newburgh and our policies and practices. This is your town. You run it. And David Hoover is not...
Let me say this. I'm the mayor, all right, and I'm the chairman of the council. But when it comes to criminal proceedings, he does run every.
Mayor Harvey, he runs
the criminal proceedings. But
that's right.
To get your point, that's why I called the attorney general.
Thank you.
The attorney general, who was African American female, she's investigating this. She's going to decide.
Okay.
If the officers follow the proper protocol and using deadly force against Rex.
Okay, but I want to say this again, Mayor Harvey. You're absolutely right. David Hoovler runs the criminal aspect.
I can't hear you.
David, I'm sorry. This phone is so old. David Hoovler runs the criminal aspect of this county, but he doesn't run this city. And I don't appreciate him using the media to trash Omari. Right or wrong, he needs to be focused on his job as a district attorney or a prosecutor, looking into this to see if there's malice or foul play, and those cops need to be indicted.
I agree with you on that.
I don't want him talking about Omari. Yeah, if it's okay with you, I don't want him discussing anything else about this criminal matter, and I don't want him discussing Omari, using the media to trash Omari, because that's not the focal point here. My only concern is police procedure. If he had his hands up when he was shot, if he complied, just like the Walmart shooters do, just like the church shooters do. I want something done about police procedure and policy here. As I said, I'm writing a bill. I'm going to email it to you. You can take full credit for it. But we have enough legislation and congressmen and senators and committees here where we can do something about it. I can't take this anymore. These kids got pizza.
I'll be happy to look at the legislation. But again, the New York State Attorney General, she supersedes everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so she's on it. That's why I called her, to make sure, because I don't know the police protocols, because I'm not a police officer.
That's right.
I've never been trained, as a police officer. So therefore, I don't know what's protocol and what's not protocol. They say if a person is armed and dangerous or armed with a loaded gun, and police officers approach you, you get into a struggle with them with a loaded gun, they have the right to use deadly force.
I believe you're absolutely right, and they are absolutely right. But my only problem is if that police officer wasn't shot by Rex, or even if he was, and Rex complied, and dropped the gun, there was absolutely no reason for them to kill him. That's the only.
Let me ask you, Regina. If they find out, because they took the bullet out the officer's shoulder.
Yes.
If they find out that bullet was from Rex's gun, do you think that using deadly force was justified?
If they find out that bullet was Rex's, we need to know if it was discharged by accident in the struggle. Because it's my opinion that if they knew that he had a loaded weapon, they should have shielded themselves behind their cars and told him he's got so many seconds to put that gun down. I think they're trained to disarm psychologically first before they use deadly force. That's what I think.
Right, but I'm just asking you, because they had the bullet from the officer's shoulder.
Yes.
Right? And they actually showed us, some of the evidence.
Okay.
So they said they have the bullet from the officer's shoulder, and it's running through ballistics, like you were saying, forensic ballistics. If they find out that the bullet in the officer's shoulder is from Rex's gun, do you think that use of deadly force was right or wrong?
Use of deadly force is justified I can't say that. All I can say is that if they knew that this man was known for carrying a gun, they were supposed to shield themselves, and they were supposed to tell him to drop the weapon. My question is, Mayor Harvey, was there probable cause for police to approach him at 5:01 p.m.? Why weren't my only question is, what was the probable cause for the police to approach him at 5:01 p.m. in the first place? Okay.
they got a bulletin, which I saw the bulletin. They showed me the bulletin.
Okay.
That there was an African American man who was possibly involved in the shooting the night before, and that he was known to be armed and dangerous.
Yes, sir. I agree.
They showed me the bulletin.
I agree. But Mayor Harvey, you're not a police officer, and I'm not. But I know for a fact that the training requires them to disarm him from a distance, drop the gun.
That's a good question.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I don't see the beginning of the video. I don't see the end of the video. They only show me the middle piece, which is what they released to the public. And I did ask the DA why he didn't show me the whole thing. And so basically, I just basically said, hey,
Okay, well, you know what, Mayor Harvey?
But show me the whole thing. I'm going to call the governor. I called the governor's office, and I asked for the attorney general to be involved in the investigation. And if the governor, his top aide said he's already going to be involved. Anytime there's a police involved shooting, the governor did an executive order a year ago to make sure that the attorney general for the state will investigate.
Okay.
And that's what's happening.
Okay.
So that's why I'm more at ease.
Okay.
I'm not,
Okay, I can respect that. But let me tell you this, Mayor Harvey. Regardless of a bulletin, it's not going to come out the next day. The bulletin would have come out the day the shooting allegedly happened. If anything, a judge had to sign a warrant for the police to approach him. You see, there's too many holes in the DA's story. I respect your honesty and your integrity, and I thank you, but they were wrong. They had no probable cause to approach him for something that happened the day before. If they didn't have arrest warrant and search warrants, okay, I don't see whether it was probable cause to approach him the next day at 501. I understand that might have.
They were approaching him to question.
But they're not detectives. Questioning takes place by detectives. Okay, detective.
Yeah.
And if they thought,
I'm just telling you what they told me.
I understand, and I don't expect you to understand their protocol. I expect the police to understand their protocol. And if they thought or knew this man was known to be armed and dangerous, and they had proper arrest warrants and search warrants to search him for a gun, they should have, when they saw him, shielded themselves behind the car and said, put the weapon down. They could have murked that car in front of him, slammed on their brakes, jumped out, and stood behind that car and said, drop the weapon. That's protocol, unless I'm watching too much TV. I respect your honesty.
You're making a great point. I see what you're saying. So that's got to be investigated. They're gonna give all the tapes have to be given to Letitia James. She's already in the mix. And what I also want to tell you is that I found out that he's related to some of his family are very close, like family to me. So now that I know who his family members are very much, close to me. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure that I reached out and talked with them. I'm trying to assist them any way I can. And, I wish people would know that.
Okay, when
coming at me, I want to tell them that.
You know what? I'm going to tell them that. And I think
that his family members, and I'm going to tell you who. Do you know who Miss Sadie Talley is?
Yes, I do.
Miss Sadie Talley is his aunt.
Okay.
And Miss Sadie Talley is like a second mother to me. Okay. When I moved to Newburgh, she was like a mother to me. She ran CPR, Center for what was that called? Center for something.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, Center for Recovery organization. Something.
It was a youth organization.
When I moved to Newburgh, I joined CPR. I was a teenager.
Yes.
And I always came and helped her out with the kids, the breakfast and all that. Hold on a second, Regina.
Alrighty. Yes, sir.
Let's get back together another time. I got an important call from a brother that wants to buy property in Newburgh.
Okay, I will be emailing you the a brief summary of my legislative bill that should be passed, and we can't look at a video from the beginning and the end. We have to see it in sequence, okay?
Right.
And okay.
So please tell people, let people know that this young man and relatives are like family to me. So I'm not by any means blaming Rex or anything. Rex was a good young man. I just didn't know him, but I know his family, and the family are very important to me. So his family's already talked to the brothers and say, yeah, we know Mr. Harvey, we're close to him, so he's gonna make sure everything is done properly. Okay?
I appreciate it.
All right, sister.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right, you heard for yourself. We don't know if Rex shot the cop or not. We don't know if another cop shot a cop. Just like I said, we don't know who shot who. You heard what the mayor said. Rex never aimed the gun to shoot. Okay, he's saying that from what he was told, I believe, that he was hitting the cop in the butt of the head, which if he was being choked, Rex did the right thing. So at the end of the day, you heard what the mayor said. We don't know who shot the cop. Okay, the investigation is far from over, not far from over, but the DA refused to show the entire video for a reason. You heard what the mayor said. I'm going to tell you again, protocol could not have been followed, because if there was a bulletin, how could there be a bulletin the day after without no investigation? Anybody who was shot allegedly by Rex the day before would have had to file a formal police report. That report would then sit there for God knows how long before it's sent to a detective. A detective would have been required to investigate, okay? They would have to speak to Rex to hear his side. If they felt that they couldn't find Rex and they had enough evidence, then they go to a judge to get an arrest warrant, okay? Then the police go out, okay? But the police didn't follow protocol as far as I'm concerned. And the key to this is that if Rex put that gun down and put his hands up, our mayor promised us, okay, that they're going to be held accountable. They're going to be held accountable. And furthermore, I guarantee you that that bullet comes up missing, or that bullet is inconclusive, because there's no way in the hell that they're going to admit that another cop is called friendly fire. They call it friendly fire in the military. So I'm telling you, you heard it from Mayor Harvey's mouth. He didn't know I was recording him, but this is a one-party state. You have a right to record people, okay, from one party. Well, and I'm that one party that consented. It's a one-party consent state. So, David Hoovler, so far, is a liar and not Omari. The mayor has to cover his ass by not agreeing with Omari. And yes, we can't agree with Omari saying that the cops are pigs. That's neither here nor there. A black man is dead, okay? Mahoney knows, okay? Schoolfus knows, and Jacobs knows. The Attorney General knows. They didn't follow protocol, okay? And they're going to fabricate some shit, or they're going to try to fabricate some shit. But it's time to get down in this city. Like I said, I'm writing a bill, and he said he supports it. So let's do this. Let's do this in this city right now. You heard what Mayor Harvey said. They don't know who shot that cop, but there was a struggle. And if you're being strangled, okay, you know them cops is pulling out their weapons. You know that they pulling them out to shoot him. Another cop might have shot another cop, because if the cop was shot in the shoulder, if Rex's gun was pointed up in those pictures that I still think are doctored, how could he have shot the cop in the shoulder? How? Okay, what was the probable cause for the local police to approach him like that the next day without no investigation, without no arrest warrant, without no search warrant? Come on, David Hoovler, get off Omari's you know what. Leave Omari alone. I don't agree and I don't disagree. You are lying, David Hoover, and you're trying to obstruct an investigation by not showing our highest city official here, which is the mayor, the full video. David Hoover, shut your mouth. Bye, y'all. I love you. Let's do this.